Which reminds me of Jim Acosta. Let's go to Jim Acosta. This is the exchange. The president called on CNN chief White House correspondent Jim Acosta, who is a political activist and not a reporter at all. And Jim Acosta asked this question, the president answered, and then Jim Acosta started opining. That is to say, he was offering his opinion. And his opinion is that the caravan was not an invasion. Now, I mean, that's not really up to Jim Acosta. And it's not up to CNN. CNN's job is supposed to be to report the news to their dwindling number of viewers. And they don't do that. They just parrot the Democrat Party line. They're crusaders for the Democrat Party. They're a cell group. CNN is a cell group in the United States of America, working not very surreptitiously for the left, for the Democrat Party and the left. MSNBC is the same thing, the Washington Post is the same thing. They're not legitimate journalists at all. And Jim Acosta most certainly is that. So Jim Acosta got his opportunity to ask a question, and then he decided he was not going to give the microphone up. And the president said, okay, I'm done. I've answered several questions from you. We're going to move on. And then they have a cordless microphone, a wireless microphone in the East Room at the White House. And there used to be a time when, Obama was president and every other president, when there was a certain amount of decorum that was expected at White House. That's dead. That's gone. Because they're the resistance. Acosta is a part of the resistance. He might as well be Antifa. He might as well be burning the presidential limousine in the South Drive of the White House. Jim Acosta got the microphone, and then he got his football one-on-one press conference just for him. And the interview with the President of the United States, where he gets to ask all the questions, and if the President isn't saying what Jim wants to hear, then he just comes in and cuts him off and talks over him. And he's a vulgar, ex-political, and he should be removed from the beat. Any legitimate news organization would remove him from the beat. Now, the White House last night decided that they were going to suspend his White House press pass. I had a White House press pass for many years, the hard pass, they call it. And it's kind of a somewhat thick plastic thing. It's got your photograph on it, hanging around your neck on a belly 2 inches by 3 inches roughly. That's not exact, but approximately. And there's a computer chip in there, and it's a white card in addition to being a photo ID. You're supposed to have it hanging around your neck whenever you're on the White House grounds. And it's what allows you to enter and exit the White House compound. You come in through the northwest gate at the White House as a reporter. You go to the West Wing, the briefing room area, and there are offices for some news media, very, very small offices for a small number of news media that cover the White House on a daily basis. Well, his was suspended yesterday, and the news media, they said that it was suspended, the White House did, and then the White House said it was not suspended. Now, the Republicans disagreed, and one of the things you say, fuck. They don't understand words. What are you because, don't you know? Now, Jim Acosta, the exchange looked like this.
Thank you, Mr. President. I want to challenge you on
I want to challenge you.
You made in the tail end of the campaign.
Is that a question?
In midterms.
Here we go.
Here we go. If you don't mind, Mr. President,
back to the campaign
was an invasion. As you know,
I consider it to be.
As you know, Mr. President, caravan was not an invasion. It's a group of migrants moving
He's telling them what it is and what it's not.
The border with the U.S.
Thank you for
and why did you characterize it as such?
Where's your question?
An invasion, you and I have.
That's why. Next question.
Do you think that you demonize immigrants?
Not at all. I want them to come into the country, but they have to come in legally. You know, they have to come in through a process. I want it to be a process. And I want people to come in, and we need the people.
Your campaign.
You know why we need the people?
He's trying to answer.
Because we have hundreds of companies moving in.
Shouting over people.
Your campaign had an ad showing migrants climbing over walls and so on.
But they weren't actors.
They're not going to be doing that.
They weren't actors. Well, no, it's true. You think they were actors? No, they weren't actors. They didn't come from Hollywood.
We showed video.
These were people.
Of what was happening.
This is an actual, it happened a few days ago.
It's
And,
racist.
They're hundreds of miles away, though. They're hundreds and
What
hundreds
is that?
of miles away.
The Soviet Union was 100 miles away.
I think you should let me run the country, you run CNN,
All right.
and if you did it well, your ratings
Let me ask, if I may ask one,
You're cutting him off again.
if I may ask you another question, are you worried?
That's enough. That's
Mr.
enough.
President,
That's enough.
I was called on the next reporter.
Pardon me, ma'am. Mr. President,
Now the intern has come to take the
I
microphone.
may ask on the
And he's refusing to surrender the microphone.
that you may have
I'm not concerned about anything with the government investigation.
He continues to talk over it.
That's enough. Put down the mic.
Mr. President, are you worried about
And he
intelligence
refuses
coming
to.
down?
He should be arrested. Finally, he gave up the
I'll tell you
microphone.
what, CNN should be ashamed of itself having you working for them.
That's
You
a
are
fact.
a rude, terrible person. You shouldn't be working for CNN. Go ahead. You're a very rude person. The way you treat Sarah Huckabee is horrible. And the way you treat other people are horrible.
He's a sexist.
You shouldn't treat people that way. Go ahead. Go ahead, Peter. Go ahead.
In Jim's defense, I've traveled with him and watched him. He's a diligent reporter who busts.
Well, I'm not a big fan of yours either. So
Peter Alexander of MSNBC.
If I can, you repeatedly
you are the best.
Mr. President, you repeatedly over the course of
Now he's yelling at him again. Acosta's up yelling
But
again.
when you report fake news, when you report fake news, which CNN doesn't allow, you are the enemy of the people. Go ahead.
When I was in the news business, and I worked for CNN for 17 years, your ass would have been fired at that moment by my bosses back then. Ed Turner, no relation to Ted Turner, Executive Vice President of CNN in charge of news, would have fired you on the spot for that. Any president, Democrat, Republican, Ed Turner would have fired you, and if the Washington Bureau Chief didn't agree with firing you, he would have fired the Washington Bureau Chief too. My bosses at CNN, Bill Headline, the famous Bill Headline, my boss, the Bureau Chief at CNN Washington, would have fired you for that. My boss, Frank Tesno, would have fired you for that. He would have at least suspended you for that. It was a little softer. And would have at least suspended you for that. This man needs to be pulled off this beat. He is not a legitimate journalist. He's not a legitimate news reporter. He is a political hatchet boy for the left, a bootlick for the Democrat Party. And he does not, look, this is why I had to leave CNN and leave the news business. I could see which way the wind was blowing, and this is where they are. And he is not a reporter. And CNN is not a news organization, as long as they want to send him to the White House to pretend to be a reporter. Now, the White House put out a statement yesterday, last night, from Sarah Huckabee Sanders. President Trump believes in a free press and expects and welcomes tough questions of him and his administration. We will, however, never tolerate a reporter placing his hands on a young woman just trying to do her job as a White House intern. When the young woman, probably 19, 20 years old, long brunette hair, lean, athletic, college-age intern, and it was her job to go to the press conference and pass the microphone from one reporter to another. The president was like, "You're done." The young woman went in to get the microphone. Jim Acosta threw her a vicious, psychotic karate chop with a machete in his hand. He didn't really. It wasn't like that. But if you freeze frame it, at a certain point you can see he does pull the mic back, clutches it tightly, refusing to surrender the microphone, uses his other hand and swings his arm in a downward motion, and he makes brief and somewhat gentle contact with her arm. But he did make contact with her arm with his free hand in sort of a Karate Man move, a little bit of a Karate Man move. It's not a vicious blow, it's nothing like that. He just pulled to the point where it's cutting there. But he refused to surrender the mic, and he did make contact with her with his free hand, basically brushing her away as he kept talking, because let's not forget who Jim Acosta is and who this young woman is. So young woman just trying to do her job as a White House intern. This conduct is absolutely unacceptable, the White House said. It is also completely disrespectful of the reporter's colleagues not to allow them an opportunity to ask questions. President Trump has given the press more access than any president in history. I don't know how to measure that, but he's very, very available. Hell of a lot more available than Obama, and they licked Obama every time they got close. Contrary to CNN's assertions, there is no greater demonstration of the president's support of a free press than that event he held today. Only they would attack the president for not being supportive of a free press in the midst of him taking 68 questions from 35 reporters over the course of an hour and a half, including several from the reporter in question. The fact that CNN is proud of the way their employee behaved is not only disgusting, this is Sarah Huckabee Sanders' thing, it's an example of their outrageous disregard for everyone, including young women who work in this administration. As a result of today's incident, the White House is suspending the hard pass, that's the White House credential to get in and out of the building, of the reporter involved until further notice. That's what the White House put out last night. They suspended his pass. Then Jim Acosta went on Anderson Cooper's television show where they never showed the video. I saw Acosta on there. I happened to turn at the end of the Anderson Cooper hour, and they had Jim Acosta on to say, I was just asking a question. All I wanted to do was ask a question.
You know, I was just trying to ask a question of the president after his press conference, and it was obviously a question they didn't like. It was about his racist ad on the caravan that they were running before the midterms.
You're a racist.
He and I were going back and forth there, and as you can see in this video, this intern came up to me.
You can't see it in the video because they're not showing it.
Who she is, and attempted to take the microphone away from me.
You give it to the next
All I
reporter.
could say at that point is that I was trying to hang on to the microphone so I could continue to ask the president questions.
Well, was it
Obviously,
how many did you get?
put my hands on her or touch
You
her.
arrogant SOB.
And it's just unfortunate that the White House is saying this. You know,
The truth?
professionals over
It's
there. and I
like you're a lying bastard to you know, that is CNN today, and Acosta should be fired. He most certainly should never cover that beat again. They'll give him an anchor job. He'll be a thinker. He is a fraud and a charlatan, Jim Acosta. He's not a reporter at all. And it was a disgraceful display, but it wasn't over yet, because there were more reporters who hadn't had their whack at it yet.
But I'm a combative man, right? Combative man, rooting from the inside.
You're listening to the Chris Plant Show.
The national debt is now over $20 trillion. What happens next? Rising inflation, drops in the dollar's value. Some experts say another crash is coming. What will be left of your investments for your children or your grandchildren? Well, you know you can't fight this. Not with stocks or bonds, but with gold and silver coins in an IRA from Augusta Precious Metals. During periods of great volatility, precious metals regularly outperform stocks because they're a true wealth asset that have real value. During the 3-year recovery period after the 2008 crash, the Dow went up only 3.5%, while gold doubled in price. Call Augusta now at 855-858-5807 and learn how an IRA buys back physical gold and silver can hedge against inflation and build a true legacy for your family. Regain control of your financial destiny. And call Augusta Precious Metals right now at 855-858-5807 to get your free gold IRA guide. Call 855-858-5807. As in any investment, the price of gold and silver may fluctuate over time and you could lose money. Check with financial and legal advisors. The national debt is now over $20 trillion. What happens next? Rising inflation, drops in the dollar's value. Some experts say another crash is coming. You can fight this, not with stocks or bonds, but with gold and silver coins in an IRA from Augusta Precious Metals. Call 855-858-5807 and learn how an IRA backed by physical gold and silver can hedge against inflation. Call Augusta Precious Metals right now at 855-858-5807 and get a free gold IRA guide. Call 855-858-5807.
Visiting Angels is America's choice for senior home care. We believe your loved ones should never have to give up living at home. Visiting Angels provides personal home care up to 24 hours per day, including meals and light health.